Hello friends, today is going to be one of those videos that I don't know how I'm going to do it, but we are going on a journey on how I'm going to accomplish this bag, purse, whatever you want to call it. I know I have it in my head, but yeah, I'm just going to complete this with my will, determination, and the little knowledge I have of sewing. So pray that my old thrifted sewing machine works, because we haven't been the bestest friends in the past. So yeah, let's go on this journey. And yeah, I have already done a lot of squares. I'm gonna put the tutorial for this square on the description. I don't have them all here because I already put a panel together. I wanted to practice first. And so yeah, I'm going to show you how you're going to put them together to form the two main panels and the two side panels. For the bottom, I'm going to do a simple half double crochet panel because you're not going to see this in the bottom and they are too pretty to get them dirty, you know, putting that bag down on whatever surface. So yeah, I'm gonna show you how you're gonna put them together, and then I'm gonna see how I'm gonna do the inside lining thing. So wish me luck. So to put the squares together, I had the specific vision of the seam not being too visible, so I decided I wanted to do the mattress stitch seam. And the way you do that, you are going to put together the squares like this, and I'm going to do first the longest seam, and you are going to measure this part right here 3 times. But I'm going to tell you that you're going to have a lot of tail at the end, but that's okay. It's better to have a long tail than to not have enough. So I have already cut my yarn. I have it right here. So you're going to do this 3 times, and there you have it. So I'm going to start with those first 2, and to put them together you don't have to do it like me. You can do a slip stitch seam, you can do a single crochet seam, whatever you prefer, but for my purse I'm going to do it like this. And so I'm going to thread my needle. So to put it together, you're gonna take your needle and insert it back to front inside those chains and leave a little tail. Do the same thing on the right side. Now you're gonna go in front to back on the same space you used and go back up behind the stitch, okay? Do the same thing on the right side, insert the needle in the same space and bring it back up behind the stitch. I'm going to do a couple more and show you what to do next. Okay, once you have a couple, you can go ahead and pull it here and you can hide the seam. Okay, so easy as that. Keep doing this front to back and back to front on both of the sides, going in on the same space you used before, and you are good to go. Once you get to the corner, you're going to do sort of the same thing, going to the left on the same space you used and go back up on the chains on the next square. The same thing on the right side. And as you can see, it looks so good and seamless. So yeah, I'm gonna keep doing this. Obviously there's two more, or well, not obviously. This is the size of my bag, so I'm gonna do 3 columns. So it's gonna be a square just like this, and I'm gonna do the longest seam first, and then I'm gonna do sideways. So yeah, here I have the other panel finished. So this is how it will look. As you can see, it looks pretty good with that mattress stitch. If you want to do it again, like with a slip stitch or single crochet, that's up to you, but this is my vision for this purse. Alright, so I have completed all of the panels that I need. These are the 2 side panels and the 2 main panels. So what I'm missing right now is the bottom on the outside, so I'm gonna do that right now. I'm sticking with this color, and I already did the chains / measurements, so I know I'm gonna make 25 chains plus 1. And so I'm just gonna start with a slip knot, insert my hook, my 5.0 by the way, and start making my chains. So I did the chains. Now I'm going to yarn over and insert my hook on the second chain from the hook, and I'm gonna do half double crochets. So insert the hook, grab your yarn and go through, yarn over and go through 3 loops on the hook. So easy as that. 1 per chain until you get to the other side, of course. Okay, so once you get to the end, you're just gonna chain 1 to start the next round and turn around and just yarn over and start making half double crochets 1 per stitch. So easy as that. You're gonna keep doing row after row until you have the length of 3 squares. Since this is the bottom, it needs to be this measurement from here to here. I'm at the end here of my bottom panel, and I'm just gonna chain 1. I already cut my yarn and just pull it up, and that's it. So now I have all the pieces that I need to complete my bag, purse, whatever you want to call it. And so before I put it together, I think I'm gonna lay it on the floor on top of a scrap of fabric I have, because my table is not big enough, and cut those pieces of fabric, and then I will put it together. That's what my logic is telling me to do. Okay, so this is what I have, and this fabric I found in my stash, and I hope it works because I don't want to go to the store and buy more. And this project is all about using what I already have. As you can see, the squares don't have a specific scheme of colors. I just used a bunch of little bits that I had left. And so what I'm planning to do is just cut maybe 1 inch off each panel, just so I have something to work with once I sew it in. And yeah, and I think I will have some left to do the inside of the straps. And yeah, I'm just gonna start cutting and show you how it looks. Okay, so this is what I have right now. Obviously, I will perfect the shape of the square right now. It's a little bit off on each panel, but yeah, I prefer to have more than I need, then I can make mistakes, you know? So I'm gonna do that off camera, and then I think I'm gonna pin it in place. I mean the inside lining, and I'm gonna do as well, or start making the plan to put the panels together. Okay, so I have decided that I'm gonna start with the panels, the outside panels first, and putting them together. And so what I'm gonna do is do a seam of single crochets. That way it won't look like rounded. And so I'm just gonna start by attaching my yarn here in the corner, slip stitch, and on that same space I'm gonna do a single crochet, and I'm gonna do one per stitch, putting them, well, the two panels together. So I'm gonna keep doing this, and then I'll show you how it's looking. And if I like it, I'm gonna do the same thing on the next panel, which is the big one, and then I will attach the smaller one on that one as well, and then I will see how I'm gonna attach the bottom. Okay, so I finished putting all the panels together, and so what I'm gonna do now is attach the bottom. I think I'm gonna do the same technique with the single crochets on the outside. If I don't like it, then I'll try on the inside, the wrong side, and then I'll show you. But I'm pretty sure I'm gonna do the same technique, just so it looks the same as the sides. So yeah, I'm gonna do that, and then I think I'm gonna proceed with the fabric. I have finished putting it all together, and I think I'm gonna come up with some sort of cardboard or plastic or something to put in the bottom, just so it doesn't feel or look so, I don't know, like not sturdy, or like a plastic bag. I don't know how to describe it. I just want it to be like square in the bottom. So now I'm gonna pin those in place, and then let's pray that my sewing machine works. I clearly don't know what I'm doing, so I'm gonna figure this out in just a moment or several moments. Okay, I figured it out. The tension was way off, or way loose, I should say, and so it is now working, I think. Well, it looks better than before. So I'm gonna keep doing this for all the sides, and let's hope that it doesn't give me any trouble, the needle doesn't break, because I don't even know how old this needle is, but I think I have more, so I'll be fine if it breaks. And so I'll meet you when I have all the sides together. So I have finished all of the sides. Don't look too closely because it's not very pretty. And I also put in the bottom, and so that's that for now. Now I'm gonna do a simple single crochet border at the top, because I forgot I had to do it, of course. I think I'm gonna do maybe 2 or 3 rows. I don't want it to be too thick because this is already really big, so yeah, I'm gonna do that off camera. It's pretty simple, and then I'm gonna put this inside and start the border, sewing it onto the border. So yeah. Okay, it is much later and I already did the border, just 3 rounds of single crochets, and I also did one of the sides, one of the straps I mean, and I used a little bit of Tunisian crochet. I'm going to show you in a minute how I did it and how I'm going to do the other side. And what I was thinking is that I'm going to do the inside lining of the strap first. That way it will be hidden inside the lining for the whole bag, and then that is like tucked in there. And yeah, that's why I decided to start the straps instead of working on the lining, or putting it here I should say. And yeah, I'm going to show you how you can do a little bit of Tunisian crochet on the straps. Alright, so on the other side I did it sort of like right around here, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna attach my yarn there, slip stitch, and I'm going to go in that same space and do the same thing over 7 stitches like this. Once you have all those loops on the hook, you're gonna go yarn over and go through 1, and then you're gonna yarn over and go through 2 loops, and repeat that until you get to the end. And that's it for that first step. So next I'm gonna going into the loop that's here on the outside. Okay, and I'm gonna do that for every loop I see until I get to the end. And now I'm gonna do the final stitch here so I can do the return pass. You're gonna insert your hook inside both of those loops, grab your yarn and go through, yarn over and go through only 1 loop. You're always gonna do that at the end. And so again, yarn over and go through 2 loops until you get to the other side. And that's it. So basically just grab this outer loop right here, just that one you see. When you get to the other side, do that final stitch. And yeah, I'm gonna do this until it measures the same as the other side. Okay, so I finished the length that I wanted, and by the way, ignore the placement at the beginning because I put it on the side panels, but I did correct it and it's all on the same side, the main panel. So now I'm gonna put it on this square, and now I'm gonna put it right around here and do some slip stitches. Now chain 1, and I will pull up my yarn. I already cut it, and that's it for the strap. And now I can put the lining in. Okay, this time I wanted to make sure it was perfectly straight. So what I did is that I measured 24 inches just to be sure, and 2.5 inches wide, because I'm gonna fold it on the edges. You're gonna see in a minute. And yeah, now I'm gonna cut it and it's gonna be perfectly straight, not like my inside lining. Okay, so this is what I mean when I said I'm gonna fold the edges and then I'm gonna sew here, and on purpose I brought it up to here because the inside lining is gonna go on top of that. So I'm gonna do this, wish me luck, because I've never sewn together crochet and fabric. So yeah, I don't know what to expect, so I'm just gonna start here, I guess. And the thread already broke, so this is another thing I'm gonna figure out and then let you know what I did. So this is what I ended up with. I think it's pretty okay for my standards. I know any seamstress that is watching this must be screaming at the video, because yeah, it's not that straight, but it does its function. So yeah, from here looks okay. So I'm gonna do the other side, and then I'm gonna connect the inside lining to the whole bag. It is the next day and I have everything ready to go, meaning the lining on the inside, it's pinned, and I finished both of the straps, so I think I'm finally seeing the light at the end of this tunnel. I don't think I'll ever try to do this again, because I definitely recognize this is not my strong suit. I mean sewing, and so alright, so I have my purse all put together. I still have to cut some tails off that are laying around, but the main thing is it is almost complete. But I found the solution for my bottom. I found this really thin piece of wood. Well, it was much bigger, but I cut it down, and I'm gonna wrap it around this fabric just so it's not like this. And yeah, I don't have the same color fabric, so anyway, you're not gonna see it on the inside. And so this is gonna be the final piece to put it all together, and then I will show you the big reveal. So here it is. This is how I wrapped it. I just used very strong glue, and yeah, now it is ready to put in the bottom of the bag, and it's gonna be more sturdy. So yeah. So friends, it is finally completed, and I just wanted to say, for future reference, if I ever say that I want to do a project that involves sewing, please remind me of this video, because it wasn't easy. The lines are definitely not straight, but the bag, it's a bag. It does its function, it holds things, and you can tell it's a bag at least. So here she is in all her glory. It looks more sturdy with that bottom I added, and yeah, it has a lining. Don't look too close because it's not perfect, but yeah, it's pretty big, so I would use it for the beach maybe, because I don't know what I would put in here that's this big. But yeah, I think it turned out pretty cute, and for someone that rarely touches the sewing machine, I think it's okay. But yeah, I'm not doing any other project that involves sewing anytime soon. But yeah, if you think you'll keep enjoying this type of content or my tutorials, make sure to turn on those notifications, and of course, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.